Welcome everybody. Happy new moon. Happy solar eclipse to you. Welcome. Come on into the room. Yes, we're here doing a live. Doing a live. Coming on in. Welcome. Hey there. Hey. Let's make sure it doesn't mess with that. Hey everybody. Welcome to a live. Welcome Samantha. We are here, first live in a minute, right? But it's all good. We're going to come in. I'm coming in about this new moon in Aries, our second new moon. So we're getting a nice additional reset. And then we're entering into Taurus season. As you enter the room, hit the likes, please, to let the other family know, North Node family members know that we are here live, So I'll give y'all a few minutes to know that I'm here, but go on and hit the likes, please. If you're in the room, hit the likes so that way other people will know that we are here, okay? They won't know unless you hit the likes, okay? So hit the likes. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time to hit the likes. All right, so how are you feeling with this new moon in Aries? Our first time coming live in a minute. We had a long series back through November through March, so it's time to come on and enter back in. So welcome. Hey there. Hey there. How are you? Okay, so I'm going to go on and put the website in here. Thank you, Samantha. If you can be the moderator, I know you're in it. If they're getting any kind of weird stuff. Hey there, Melba. Welcome. If we get any, can you moderate for me, Samantha? I appreciate that. It's nice to see everybody again. Welcome. I've got the link up, okay, to the website. Make sure that you are signed up to the website. That's where you will find me and the North Node community, along with finding us on the North Node community on Patreon. And welcome everybody. Happy new moon, happy solar eclipse, happy Taurus season. We get a new do-over. Keep in mind that back in the beginning of March, we had our first new moon in Aries. So we was entering into a new season. Okay, so now we get another new moon, number 2 in Aries, giving us another launch as well. But keep in mind the degrees that this new moon is in is there, the degrees that is in, along with, let me give you a showdown of what's going on. We've got the new moon, right, in Aries. Then we're entering the Taurus season. Then we've got Mercury in retrograde that's kicking in tomorrow, okay? And he is falling into, Taurus season. So that's going to reflect some of the way our dealings are in our personal lives with money, finances, decision making, love. All of those areas are going to be evaluated by yourself. So meaning that take time to evaluate your life in those primary areas as we go into Taurus season, but Mercury scanning it. This is a good time if you have not checked I had a video that is up about Mercury in retrograde. If you didn't get a chance to look at that, go on and take your time to look at that. Hit the likes. You're in the room. It will be a good time to look at that because look at that. Okay, because I go over some key things because he's going to be pretty much primarily in Taurus the whole time in retrograde. So it's a good time with money, loans, different things that you're making some decisions on. It really is a good time to do it during Mercury in retrograde. You're going to get some very beautiful outcomes that's going to happen in your finance area in Mercury in retrograde in Taurus, okay? So you're going to get some very beautiful outcomes in that area. You're going to have some great growth, some decision making. So go on and jump into that launching pad, okay? Because solar eclipse is going to give you that extra boost in that, okay? So the one part about the solar eclipse, okay, that's important is that the solar eclipse that is coming in tonight and tomorrow. Keep in mind that the eclipses last quite a while, like 6 to 8 months to a year. That it affects your life. So it's a good time to set the intentions with this Aries energy coming in. So you want to search what is important to you with this new moon and this extra boost of the solar eclipse. Look at what is important to you that you want to show up in your life over this next year, within this year or so, because we do have it's eclipse season, so there's going to be another one behind it. The lunar nodes are few months away from moving into Aries in Libra. So I want to talk about that, about this eclipse season, okay? I'm going to just talk about it so you can know what's going on. The solar eclipses occur on new moons, which is today is a new moon, while the lunar eclipses occur on full moon. So let's be clear, if you didn't know that. Solar eclipses fall on new moon, lunar eclipses occur on full moon. We will be doing a 7-day money ritual. Those that are joining the Tuesday night free courses, if you didn't get a chance to join it, you can get the free link. But if you want to get into that, we're doing the master classes. Our master class is always on Saturdays. We're doing a collective 7-day money ritual, okay, where I'll be giving some things for you to work with to do a 7-day money ritual, okay? So what makes them possible, the solar and lunar eclipses, what makes them possible is that the moon and the sun is proximally to the lunar nodes. We got lunar nodes in the astral plane. And then it's the north and the south nodes exist where the sun pass and the moon orbit intersects. Okay, so you got one end of the sun, north, and you got one end north and you got one end the south. That's why we're called the North Node community. Okay, so you'll know that. They are energetic vortexes full of potential, full of vibration, of high frequency, and magical practices a part of your practical spiritual path. Okay, and on a solar eclipse, we have the energy of the moon plus the sun, and then the vibration of the lunar nodes to direct towards our evolution. So you've got the north getting it in, which is over here, north node. Then we got the south node getting it in, and then we've got the sun and the moon on this vortex going through like a pathway. Okay, they're pathways, and then they're doing this. So when just like when the moon and sun and the north and south nodes are located within a zodiac constellation, currently the north node is located in the sign of Taurus, okay? And while the south node sits opposite in Scorpio as of right now. So with the moon and the sun are positioned within 17 degrees of either node, an eclipse becomes possible. And so we're in it. And say, happy solar eclipse season, okay? The positions is what also designates an eclipse season. So the first eclipse season of our year here lasts from April the 8th. The first eclipse season of 2023, which we're in it now, lasts from April the 8th until May the 10th, with a solar eclipse, which is now in Aries, and a lunar eclipse, which will be the second one, the next eclipse, which is lunar, which will be on what? A full moon in Scorpio. Okay, so eclipse season is a powerful period of change, revolution. Put in the chat, change and revolution. Change. If you want change and revolution in your life, put it in the chat. Now, while the eclipses are the highlights, we have an entire 34-day period to embrace the energies of the lunar nodes and harness their energies. Okay, so we're going to be vibrating with the north and south lunar nodes. The eclipses open portals. Okay, the eclipses open portals for us to step through and make life changes. Okay, if you want life changing, life altering changes, step into this portal. Step into the portal. The North Node pulls society energy in one direction, okay, and signaling where we are headed as a collective. It holds the lesson of humanity is learning and integrating during a specific period. Okay, that's why we're called the North Node community, because we are a collective group of people heading into a direction for the lessons of humanity. That's why Spirit gave us that name of our community, right? But the North Node position in Taurus, okay, is going to help, is helping heal the collective by bringing us to stillness after a chaotic few years. Okay, so these few years, since about 2019, moving into 2020, we've had a lot of things going on for these past, 3 years. Is also encouraging us to connect more deeply with nature, to nourish ourselves, and to turn in and focus on protecting the planet. This is very important to utilize the planet's energy, the earth that we live in, Gia, so that we're taking care of it as a collective. Okay, and we talked about that a little bit on Tuesday. I was talking about recycling and these different things, how we've gotten away, but that brings damage to the earth and the vibration of the earth when it's collecting junk. Okay, so as the North Node moves towards Aries, there will be more emphasis on the self. The position helps us to focus on how we can help the collective by prioritizing our soul's purpose. And keep in mind, fam, we've been talking about soul purpose. When I was live, pretty much we had a series from November all the way to March about purpose. I mean, we focused on purpose. So many, if you go back to the lives through that period for 4 or 5 months of what our direction we were talking about and what Spirit was giving us series on, we were leading up to this point. I hope that during those seasons that we were sharing live every day, that you were taking heed and doing the work through those series. They were put together well. You can go back to the live here on the on the YouTube channel and go through all of those, and you'll see how it was aligning itself and preparing itself for the solar eclipse. Every time when I do series or talking, or I am in alignment with what Spirit has for us as the North Node and as a collective. I'm not shooting from the hip. When I'm doing lives, when I'm talking, I'm in perfect alignment because I take the time. And that is something that we've been talking about on Tuesday nights, is that you have to take practical time for your everyday spiritual life. Spiritual life isn't a one shebang bang deal. It's an everyday practical life with wellness, and a wellness practitioner operating through his or her alter space, so that way they are in perfect timing. You don't get no surprises, and even if you do get a surprise, you have equipped yourself and endowed yourself and protected yourself through your spiritual diligence, that you know what to do and how to do it. Okay, the South Node is what we are leaving behind as a society. Okay, particularly the lower vibration of the sign involved. So it is what the collective is evolving away from, often represents vibrations we have already mastered as a society. So, in saying that, the South Node is in Scorpio. Okay, so we know the North, we know what North Node in this eclipse season is in Taurus. Now, South is in Scorpio. So it asks us to step away from chaos and trauma. Put that in the chat. Step away from chaos and trauma. It illuminates places where we are attached to drama and mistrust. South Node is taking a look at this and helping you go through, or just affirming that you've mastered this area. Okay. It has shown us with the South Node in Scorpio, that the society as a way of creating change and fostering growth, as the South Node is going to move into Libra, because we were currently in Scorpio, now we're going to be moving into Libra over the next couple of months, a more peaceful time will occur. Okay, we'll see how certain relationships have held us back. You're going to be looking at that, and it will illuminate injustice in our systems and how collective has been attached to them. Okay, the nodes officially moves into Aries and Libra on July the 12th, and when we will really feel these energies starting to influence us. So we won't have the true vibrations of those nodes until July, but that's okay. It's kind of segueing us into it. The solar eclipse in Aries is a glimpse of what is to come. What is to come. So my hope is that during this series, during this time, this Aries solar eclipse for all of us is a great time. This is the time you take time for closure. Okay, it's a great time of closure, this new moon in this Aries solar eclipse energy. It's a good time for closure and new beginnings. It's a time to make leaps, launch padding yourself towards the North Node's energies of Taurus and your personal North Node. So what's important that we've been talking about in our master class in the beginning, the one-on-one was knowing your North Node. So you have to know, those that's in the North Node community here, the Coven, you know your North Node. If you know your birth chart, you need to know your North Node. Where are you going? Okay, so you're going to be integrating this energy. Okay, so I'm going to pull a card before we adios out of here to what Spirit has to say about this solar, what the Spirit message of the guides have to say to you as a collective for this solar eclipse season. Give you a card pull. And what do you have to say to the collective for this Aries solar eclipse? Thank you, Spirit. Keep in mind that we do have available the new moon in Aries number 2 ultra visual. It is up on the website. If you haven't joined it yet, it's still time to join it. Go on ahead. It's on the website. Get in with this new energy, okay? Don't delay. Get in today, okay? So what do you have to say, Spirit, about this Aries solar eclipse? And thank you, each and every one of you, for taking time to come to the live at such short notice. One of the things that energy, the message from the guides is saying, and you know, you can contact me for your personalized reasons, book an appointment with me on your website, on our website. Book the appointments, don't delay, okay? So what Spirit is bringing up is know your truth. Know your truth. However, in the position that is in, you need to reevaluate your truth. This is the time where we're talking about closure and new beginnings. So take time to look at what is actually your truth. Not the collective truth, what other people say your truth is, but what is your truth? What do you believe it is? So take time to evaluate that. Calm is not a weakness. So during this time right now, this new moon, an Aries solar eclipse, and this new beginnings, calm is not a weakness. So take time. Calm is evaluating. It shows maturity in areas. It's not a weakness, okay? Calm shows maturity and makes good judgment calls as well. And it's not being reactive, but proactive, okay? And then we have Spirit has like attracts like. Okay, like attracts like. So during this solar eclipse, and then we have Mercury in retrograde, and then we've got that area going on. What is your like, and what do you like to attract? You need to write those intentions out to see how are you working with that. How will you work with that energy of the solar eclipse? Sorry. All right. There we go. Okay. So let's make sure that we do that. And then I'm going to pull some other cards. Pull Collective Tarot. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. What do you have to say to the collective here for this day? What do you have to say for the collective for this Aries and solar eclipse? So we're getting our reading in. Okay. This is one of my favorite decks. I pulled it out for us, our special solar eclipse for tonight. It's my Melanated Classic Tarot. I love the designer of this particular tarot. It's beautiful, of melanated people and all races, but it's beautiful. All right. So what Spirit is saying here is that why are you looking at things over and over again as if you don't understand your patterns of your life or what you need to be putting in action? You're pausing too long to look over things that you already understand. You've put yourself on hold, but you already understand that you need to apply these things. I'm telling you that you need to apply the things because you're on hold. There's things that you already know to work with your job. You already know the direction of your life, making some decisions about your home base, about things that you need in your home that's priorities. Okay, but yet you're still pausing on them and not following through all the way on them. This could be based off of fear or not knowing the total outcome, but life is all about not knowing the total outcome. It will be a boring life if you wasn't. Okay, and go on and take the leap in areas concerning that. Go on and do it. It's going to do well. You don't have to think long. You think long, you can go wrong. Especially you've been working on it. That's just holding you up. It's holding you up. So go on ahead and launch out to some new things. These are new things, but you're just waiting too long to execute. Now is the time to go on and reach out there and execute. I'm hearing also about home projects. This is something that is coming up as about home projects in this reading. Home projects, whomever is here or going to hear this, got home projects that's up, and that you can go on ahead and work on those things. Whatever home projects are to you, keep in mind that this is a generalized reading. You can contact me for your personalized reading for more information. The divine is so with you, and you executing your thoughts will have you create what it is that you desire. Okay, it will help you to desire. One of the things also is working your altar space. Are you working your altar space? Have you gotten away from working your altar space? Get back in alignment with the divine, your spirit guides, to do the work for yourself. Okay, yes, so go on ahead and do those home projects, Divine Chris. But work your practical, everyday spiritual path life, so that way you get the result. Okay, because this is confirming it. This is confirming it. If I pulled out the special deck for y'all today, this is one of my favorite decks. It's beautiful. So I love the designer of it. So go on ahead and execute that and focus, focus, close your eyes and use your third eye, use your witchy eye to see and to create and to hear from what it is that you can't just see with your natural eye within this normal everyday realm. Okay, be open to hear through this solar eclipse of the closure and the new beginnings. Be open for that. Okay, take your time, execute, but do your writings. Take your time with your journals. Be consistent in your spiritual practice, family, so that way you don't get caught off guard. That you don't get caught off guard. Okay, so that's what I have to say about this solar eclipse and this Aries and new moon. I wanted to make sure that I came out to talk to the family here and those that will see this, you know, on into the ethers here for this wonderful new moon and solar eclipse and so much more. So I love you for taking the time to watch this, taking the time for yourself. Do something, set your intentions, get your closure and your new beginnings. You heard the message about the solar eclipse, what's coming for you for this summer as a community and as a collective, okay? So I offer personalized readings that will change your life, along with conjure work in many areas, court cases, love, money, so much protection, so much more. I offer master classes, spiritual sessions, Reiki, chakra healing. You have to go to the website and join it. Get that way you'll get the blog and you'll get the updates of offerings that are available for you through the website, so that way we stay connected as a whole. I love you for watching today. Don't forget to grow and go in everything that you do and put yourself first always. I'll see y'all later.